I came to the healing school because I was diagnosed with stroke, meningitis, and TB. I was so afraid to know that one day to walk again, it will be a miracle. There was no more hope for me.
My name is Portia Mungale, and this is my testimony.
My name is Portia Mungale. I'm 29 years of age now, and I live in Davidton, next to Benoni, here in Johannesburg. I came to the healing school in 2013 because I was diagnosed with stroke, meningitis, TB, and this condition started in the year 2012. One strange morning when I was at work, about to open the door, it is a roller shutter door. So I pressed the roller shutter, and then when I was about to enter, I saw it going up. It was all right, functioning very well. Nothing was wrong with it. Just when I was about to step in the store, the roller shutter came back down. Somehow I couldn't move. I stood there. It was like I don't know, like I lost my memory at that time or what, but then I just stood. And then the roller shutter came, and then it hit me on my forehead, between my eyes. From that moment, I fell down, and then blood gushed out. And then the only memory I know is that I woke up in a hospital.
I remember one day I received a phone call from one of her colleagues at work. She told me that they took my sister to see a doctor because she was hit by a shutter door at work. So I had to go there and pick her up. And then after that, she didn't go to work almost 2 weeks. And then after that, after she got better, she went back to work. And then I received another phone call. They told me that she was having a terrible headache. And then I went there to pick her up. And then after that, I took her to another doctor. They said they suspect that she has meningitis, so I must take her to the hospital.
Because this incident hit me so hard, even my memory started fading. I couldn't actually remember the things that I did the previous day. So I was under treatment, and then days went by, weeks, then it was months in hospital, medication, different types of medication, but the condition could not get any better.
Portia's condition grew even worse, as it wasn't clear to the doctors what her condition was. She was then transferred to another hospital, where several medications and treatment were administered to stabilize her. Portia became aggressive and could no longer control herself. She was taken to a psychiatric hospital for a psychiatric examination. Her condition grew worse.
She was very weak. She couldn't walk, she couldn't talk, she couldn't see properly. So we took her to another hospital in Pretoria. It's George Mukhari, if I remember very well. She stayed there almost 6 months.
It was then that I was diagnosed with tuberculosis, stroke, and meningitis.
Portia's medical report indicates that she suffered stroke, tuberculosis, and meningitis.
And from knowing those things, people die. And I was so afraid to know that one day I might just die. And it worsened my situation because there was no more hope for me. Looking at myself, not being able to eat properly, not being able to walk, not being able to even see, because now the stroke was starting to affect my eyes, and my whole left hand side was not working properly. My hands couldn't touch and my leg was just so stiff. And I was just being bedridden because the only thing I could do there was just to sleep. Not even to sit on a bed and then maybe sit on my back. I couldn't even do that. Life was just getting worse and worse.
I took her to Far East Hospital, and then I saw that this thing was above my shoulder, so I contacted my family in Pretoria.
Portia could no longer do anything for herself. She lost the use of her hands and legs. She became a shadow of herself, and she had lost a lot of weight.
But then I was also told that to walk again, it will be a miracle that I can be able to walk on my own again, because now it looks like I'm permanently paralyzed, because I was sleeping for a very long time without any physio, without any exercises. So also with the tuberculosis, they told me that I had to be in my own space in order not to infect the people I'm staying with at home. This condition stopped me from being able to play with my own son, taking him to preschool. I couldn't do that.
She wasn't even passing stools, so it was difficult for me. And when I recall very well, I was frustrated. I wasn't thinking straight because I was taking care of her son, and at work they stopped paying her. So it was difficult. I had to make ends meet for my sister and her little son.
There was no hope that her condition would be better. What a devastating situation it was for Portia. Once a lively young lady, full of life and hopes for the future, now needed to be aided to do even the smallest thing for herself. Her life became that of sadness, sorrow, and frustration.
My family had to help me wash, and they also had to help me with the nappies because I was wearing nappies. Life for me in that condition was a life of darkness.
Having gone to different hospitals and places to try to get a solution, Portia was told about the healing school. She knew what she needed was a miracle, that divine touch from God that would change her situation.
So they registered me to the healing school, and then I was accepted to the school, and then we came to the healing school.
Up next,
And then the man of God, Pastor Chris, entered in the hall. Wow! He came in and everyone was screaming. People were shouting, and I just didn't want my eyes to blink. And then I came to the healing school. Wow! Indeed, I could feel in my spirit that I'm in a place where God lives. I came to the healing school having no hope that my condition would change, hearing from what the doctors told me. But days of being there, it changed my mentality, how I thought of things. It just made me a new person. Something in me had to change. My mentality had to align with what I had. The words that I had here at the healing school, it was so uplifting. It changed my life to be here, and I could see that a better change is yet to come.
more to come, Portia's encounter with the man of God, Pastor Chris.
When we started praying for others, ministering to them, I was so ready and I didn't want to even be distracted. Sitting there, I was also ready for him to come in the hall where I was in. And then the day of the healing service came. Wow! I was so eager. I was waiting with all that I had in me. Spiritually, I was hungry, and emotionally, I couldn't hold myself. I knew something is going to happen, and it gave me more hope to know that finally it is happening. Today is the day that I was waiting for. Some of us were taken to a special hall where we were going to be ministered in. And I was also one of the people who were taken to the special hall. And the power of God was so tangible in the auditorium, and everyone was happy to sing and to know that the presence of God is in the hall. And then the man of God, Pastor Chris, entered in the hall. Wow! I myself couldn't believe my own eyes were seeing Pastor Chris. He came in and everyone was screaming. People were shouting, and I just didn't want my eyes to blink. When he started praying for others, ministering to them, I was so ready and I didn't want to even be distracted. I could see that people were starting to receive their miracle. And sitting there, I was also ready for him to come in the hall where I was in. I was so excited and very ready to receive. Right when he was in front of me, I knew something had to change. I was in a wheelchair. I knew that my body told me I cannot walk, but my spirit was just waiting for Pastor to finish with me. One hand was on my head, the other was on the other guy who was next to me. I knew that I couldn't stand up because I couldn't walk. But on that day, I heard a voice saying, "Sister Portia, it is done." After the man of God, Pastor Chris, ministered to me, life changed. I started taking one step, another, and another. I knew I received a new life. It was amazing. No words can explain better what happened, but the glory of God just came upon my life. From that day, things were no more the same.
Portia appropriated the Word of God in her life as she was taught in the healing school, speaking to herself on what she wanted to see, and in doing that, she continuously saw improvement in her life and health.
I can do everything now. I can clean the house, I can wash my own laundry, I can look after my son, doing things that I couldn't do, like cooking. I can now go to the store, I can climb stairs, I walk on my own, and I can bend, I can exercise, I can carry things that are heavy. I'm no more coughing, I'm no more taking any medication. My life is totally transformed. My testimony has impacted the life of my family in such a manner that that time I could see that they were stressed about this condition, the condition that I had.
I'm happy that my sister is healed, and I'm happy that she is better. We now can smile, we now can talk because before she couldn't talk. She was just staring at walls because she couldn't see. But now she can see, she can walk, she can talk, she can eat, she can pass tools. So it is nice. We are a happy family now. No one is unhappy, and even her son, he's happy now, because before you could see that he was disturbed because he couldn't understand why when he talks to her mother, the mother is not responding, but before the mother was responding. So now we are all happy, and the son is doing well at school. So we are blessed, and it's all thanks to Pastor Chris and the Lord, of course.
They are so happy, and they also believe that God has visited them, because when all hope was lost, the healing school gave them more than what they were actually hoping for. My family, my friends also got to be born again, and they also preach the good news about my testimony, knowing that I was not the same person that they knew me before. And they also encourage people with ailments to also come to the healing school. To the man of God, Pastor Chris. Pastor, I'm so grateful. Beyond words, beyond explanation. May God increase you. May He increase you in knowledge, wisdom, and in His power to continue doing the things that you are doing. I've never seen people in a ministry who believe so much in the word, in a manner that they even allow you to manifest it on your own. I don't think that I could ever have enough to say thank you. Endless times, countless times, Pastor, I'm so grateful. The Healing School partners, you are angels walking here on earth. Everything you do, it will never go unnoticed. Through people like us, we are able to tell other people about the great things that you do for us, because your partnership really helped, because it encourages, it also gives back life to those who thought life was no more. And I am very grateful in such a manner that I also became a partner.
Portia came to the healing school diagnosed with stroke, tuberculosis, and meningitis. These conditions affected her so badly she could not do anything for herself. She was confined to the use of a wheelchair for mobility. At the healing school, she received healing and was totally transformed by the power of God. What a miracle! Today, Portia can do everything she couldn't do before. She has been completely restored by the power of God. The Bible says in the book of John, chapter 8, verse 36, "If the Son therefore shall make you free, ye shall be free indeed."